There's something out there waiting for us, and it ain't no man. Hello out there in TV land, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about the Predator series from worst to best. The new Predator movies, Predator Badlands is coming out. So I thought this would be a little fun. Let's have a little fun. Look at the Predator franchise as a whole. I've seen all these movies multiple times except like one or two. And I think this would be great to go and talk about. So let's just get started and start with the worst of the bunch. Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which came out in 2007. I fucking hate this movie. I really, 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 really do not like this film. And it's even more crazy because it started out so well. It was a direct sequel, Alien vs. Predator. It came off that cliffhanger. If you've seen Alien vs. Predator, where, also spoilers ahead for all these movies since they've been out forever, where, the alien had been, the Predator had been impregnated with one of the Xenomorphs, and you had this hybrid Predator Xenomorph thing, and, ship crashes in the small town Colorado, and basically alien Predator stuff happens. One of the Predators has to go and stop this thing because it's getting out of hand, and so on and so forth. They had to give him a reason to fight and all that stuff. And I just fucking hate this movie. Well, one of the big things I don't like about it is the characters. The characters aren't that great. It kind of, in some ways, feels like a slasher flick, except with aliens and predators. The story wasn't good. There were a lot of things they did in this film that didn't make sense. It was just kind of a question had to be asked at a certain point. Who the fuck was this for? Like, really? Like, why would you do this? Like, it just made no sense. I recommend watching it at least once if you're if you're a Predator fan. I'm sorry, if you're a Predator fan, but you don't need to go past that. Once you watch it the one time, we're fine. You can stop. Next on the list is The Predator, which came out in 2018. This one actually is a weird one for me. I enjoyed parts of it. It's just the overall it wasn't good. With this one, it takes place where a soldier has a run-in with a predator. The predators come down to the planet once again, doing their thing. But then it seems like the old predators are beefing with the new predators, and there's some like blood feud between them. So like the humans get involved in the mix. Now this movie, what it had going for it is I liked a lot of the characters. Sterling Brown's in it, Olivia Munn's in it. It had a pretty good cast. Keegan Peele, not Key Peele, but Key from Jordan Peele. He's in it. Thomas Jane's in it. So the cast was pretty good, and they had really great chemistry. That's another thing. They really had great chemistry. It's just the movie itself wasn't that great. It felt kind of weak. I didn't hate it like some people. I was actually willing to give it a sequel to kind of see where it went, but they decided to just drop it and reboot the franchise down a few years down the line. So unfortunately, we'll never see what happens to that. The next on the list is Alien vs. Predator. This I really enjoyed. I remember when I went to go see it. It has some problems, but it's a solid film overall. The tone is good. They set up the premise to get the aliens and the predators in the room to fight together well, where the predators basically use the xenomorphs as a ritual of sorts to be the ultimate killing, the ultimate prey, I guess you could say. And they use the humans. They lure the humans down because they need us to breed them and give them the xenomorphs. And if you're worth your salt, if you're a true predator, you go down there, you kill everything in sight, And if you make it back, you are basically considered, goated. You are a true predator. Like Sanaa Lathan does a good job in this. They bring back my man. Basically, they bring my man who played Bishop in Aliens, which I thought was a nice tie-in. I thought that was a nice tie-in to the Alien, the Whaling universe, I guess you could say. Lance Harkinson. Now I remember his name. They brought my man in for that. So yeah, it's just really, really good. The ending set up for a sequel. The movie did well enough to get the sequel. We already talked about that sequel. Trash. This movie's actually not that bad. I recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. It actually holds up decently well. And Sanaa Lathan does a good job of, being the lead in her lead role as the main protagonist of this movie. Next is Predator 2. I'll be honest, originally, when I was younger, I kind of didn't like this as much, but after rewatching it multiple times as I've gotten older, I have a slight fondness for it, because how different it is. They took chances in this movie, which I really liked, setting it up in the concrete jungle, making the new protagonist instead of like, Arnold Schwarzenegger character or some super soldier or something like that. He's just a regular cop. He's just a hard-to-nose, tough guy cop. Dan Glover did well in the role being the average cop. They had Bill Paxton in this role, as Private Hudson, which also, nice little shout out to Aliens once again, because if you've seen the Aliens movie, he's Hudson in that. I mean, well, he wasn't Hudson, but he was Private Hudson in the Aliens movie, and Bill Paxton comes in as he's not Private Hudson. I'm sorry, he's basically a rookie cop. Well, no, I wouldn't say rookie, but he's like one of those hard edge cops. He's just like he's kind of like a hot shot. That's the word I'm looking for. And his name's not Hudson. His name's like Jerry, I think, Jerry Lambert. But he's pretty cool. And I thought it was a nice tie-in. I in my mind canon, always consider him related to the Hudson of the Aliens, for those Alien Predator lore fans out there. But the movie's super solid. Some good performances. Dan Glover gives a great performance. Bill Paxton does great. Gary Busey does great. It's just a good overall Predator movie. Definitely a lot to like and everything like that. So definitely higher on the list. Now, moving on, we have Predator Killer of Killers, which came out this year, 2025. And I really love this movie. This movie was legit. Like, it was some really good stuff. Like, I really enjoyed it very much. This one takes place where they actually did something that I've been wanting for a long time. They went through different time periods. We had Vikings dealing with predators. We had ninjas and samurais dealing with predators. We had people like in WW1 or 2 dealing with predators. Like, and they even took as far as, like, in one of the stories, the guy who's in WW1, I think his name is Torres, he has to fight the predator in a spaceship. So he's in his like plane, like a WW1 plane, and like a fighter jet, I guess you could say, for WW1. And this man has a spaceship. And it's just like, how in the hell is this going to work? So yeah, it's really, really good. The animation's amazing. The voice acting is amazing. The story's amazing. I don't want to spoil this one too much because this is actually fairly new, but I highly recommend people go see this film. If you're a Predators fan, there's a reason like this is on the top 4 of the Predators for me of the franchise, because it's just really good. And the animation is very, like I said, it's really really good. It's very in line with Arcane. If you've seen that on Netflix, so it's about like kind of same animation. So definitely go see this. Highly recommend. It's great storytelling, and the ending is very Predator-ish, to say the least. So I would love for them to make a sequel to this. Like, hey, Fox, Hulu, if you're watching, give me a Predator Killer of Killers 2, please. On to the next, Prey, which came out in 2022. This movie was such a surprise. I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, holy, we're getting a new Predator movie? Thank you, God. And then not only that, it's set with way back in the day. Like, they don't have guns. The main character, she's Native American in this. And there's no guns. There's no guns, really. There's no machine guns or anything like that. There's just bow and arrows and axes and stuff like that. There's no explosions. There's no anything like that. No grenades, nothing. So she has to fight this Predator with an axe and bow and arrow, basically. And it's amazing. This is such a good movie. And it's also very much a coming of age as well as finding your place. Because, once again, she's Native American. She's in a tribe, and in her tribe, she's a woman. So she needs to, go have the kids, make the dinners. And she's like, I don't feel like that. I feel like I am a fighter. I'm a warrior. This is what I'm meant to do. And this is very much proving herself by taking down this Predator. And also, she got one of the worst Predators to get. This is definitely one of the in comparison, in my personal opinion, Arnold got off lucky compared to this fucking Predator, because it's so this thing fought barehanded, and it's so fucking big. This bear is this Predator is huge. So I remember seeing this. Me and my friend watched it together. Shout out to you, Luke. We were just like, fuck that, man. This is crazy. So yeah, man, this is a great movie. And this definitely helped restore my faith in the franchise. And I honestly think it's part of the reason we're getting a Predator movie now, because it did so well. And it was such a great movie. So, shout out to Prey. Thank you for helping revitalize the franchise. Moving on. My number 2 pick will be very controversial, I feel like, to a lot of people. But it's my list, so fuck it. My number 2 pick is Predator, 1987, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, I know some of y'all will get a little set, but hear me out first. And, I'm not going to go into this too hard. Everybody and their mother's seen this. Predator. It's the one that started them all. Has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. The late, great Carl Weathers. Shane Black. Bill Duke. Jesse Ventura. This movie had an all-star cast. This movie was ridiculous. And starts off with basically, Arnold leading this special military group. They come to save a bunch of people and everything like that. And then lo and behold, they find out they're getting hunted by this alien creature, and then they have to find a way to survive. It's it's Predator to a T. It's nothing gets more Predator than that. So I just set up everything. This was the one that did it all. This is the one that gave us everything. And this movie is the one that has so many quotable lines. There's so many quotable lines in this movie. Y'all heard me do one of them in the intro. The other one, if it bleeds, we can kill it. I've heard that forever. Everybody says that for everything. So it's this movie is just amazing. This is a great film. and it definitely, I would consider a masterpiece in my personal opinion as far as like the science fiction action genre is concerned. So moving on, my number one pick is Predators, that came out in 2010 and stars Adrian Brody, Walter Goggins, Topher Grace, Danny Trejo, and a bunch of others. This is another movie where it has a big all-star cast, which is kind of crazy. Like, this cast is kind of nuts. Like, Walter Goggins, I mean, my man's been everywhere since this movie. Like, The Shield, freaking Fallout, he's in that. Like, he's just doing whatever. Adrian Brody, he's been doing his thing. I think he just got an Oscar or something. Mashal Ali, I think he was in the Green Book. So it just has a lot. This cast alone is kind of crazy, considering like this is a Predators movie. And the story is, I love the story about this. Like, they all get dropped into the Predator world. They're all ex-military special forces and so on and so forth. And they have to survive against these other Predators and try to get off the planet. And, you know, there's some conflict between certain characters. Certain characters aren't what they seem, and so on and so forth. And this was just a great movie. Like, this felt like, out of all the Predator movies I just named, this felt like a direct sequel to the 1987, like, Predator movie. Had this movie come out right after, I honestly feel like we would have gotten more and more stuff for the Predator franchise. Like, I feel like part of the problem with the franchise is they didn't really know where to go or understand it, and the director and the writers who did Predators from 2010 clearly understood the source material and clearly understood like where to take the story and so on and so forth. Like, it just feels like a better Predator movie to me. Like, it improves on everything that the 1987 classic started, and it just elevates it. And because another thing that's great about this movie is the chemistry with the characters. All the characters have great chemistry with each other, and that's always was a big thing about these Predator movies. Like, the people have to feel like they have good chemistry. 1987, they had amazing chemistry. This movie, they had amazing chemistry. Hell, even in Predator, Killer of Killers, there's a point where all three of the characters from each timeline have to meet each other. And they have pretty decent chemistry with each other for the little time they have together. Predator 2 definitely had a lot of good chemistry with Dan Glover and Bill Paxton and a lot of the other characters. So that's always been a big thing about these movies. People working together, even though they're like terrified out of their mind, to stop this creature and survive. So yeah, but that's my Predators movies from worst to best. Comment what you think's the best and the worst Predator. I would love to hear your thoughts. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Much blessings in abundance. And I will be dropping a Predators Badlands review later this week when I go see it this weekend. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.